It's Street Fighter time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today I'm going to have a look at the SH Figuarts Street Fighter V R.Mika. We're finally getting the 6th entry in the Street Fighter V line. It is coming in the form of this thick blonde bombshell. I've really been waiting for this one and I'm happy I finally got her. So let's not waste any more time. That's pretty cool artwork, by the way. But let's not waste any more time and have a look at the figure. Still the character with the best theme song in Street Fighter Alpha 3, and also that's the game where she came from. It took a long while for her to come back into the mold, jump back into the mold with Street Fighter 5, and now we have a figure about her. So she stands at about a little shy of 15 centimeters, 6 inches tall to the top of her head. As for the overall look and detail, I want to give you an overlook of the figure real quick, because the important thing about her is the thickness. No, I'm not kidding. That's one of her trademarks. Not only is it a somewhat iconic look, it's also part of her arsenal as she... arsenal. Get it? As she fights. Oh my god. Okay, moving on to the face real quick. One thing that I've noticed from the get-go is the color is really muted. Maybe a little bit too muted, but regardless of that, the eyes look good. We have a little bit more of an anime style, which we had for all of the SH Figuarts Street Fighter line. I'm over it. I mean, I'm still rather have a more accurate look for her, but you know, there's always Storm collectibles. Let's stay on topic. Another thing that kind of looks weird to me are the ears. I don't know if I'm just tripping. You tell me. I feel it's weird how it's just connected to the back of her head. It's just really pushed to the side over here. Maybe it's the hair sculpt. The mask itself, it looks okay. It's not the cleanest in the line over there. We have a little bit of paint bleeding in the upper parts. That's just quality control, probably. And the same thing, it's also not very clean over here. So, I don't know. I really like the seam over here, though. That's pretty cool. That's surprisingly well painted compared to some spots in the mask. And then we have a big ponytails going down. And then we have this stuff around her neck. I don't know what you call that. Ruches? Big boobies. Those are, once again, with the coloring over here. A little bit off the mark. It's still acceptable, but on the other hand, you could say, oh, this is exclusive and whatnot. It's a $65 figure or $70 figure. For the most part, it is okay. Wrinkles over here. Some more of that in the fist. And down here at the legs. It just, I don't know. I feel like she looks a bit more colorful in the game as well, so I really don't understand the choice of making it such a boring blue, basically. The boots, they look a little bit worn. That's one thing they did correctly, so I don't know. The boots are okay, but I feel like the rest of it should be more vibrant. But that's just my take on it. I mean, that's something that everybody's got to decide for themselves. Now for your articulation, I'm going to start off at the head. That goes back and forth. It wiggles just a little bit to the side. You can't really rotate it. That's all you're going to get. It's really, the inside of the head doesn't have any room, so it's really fighting you when you're trying to get it to the side. Rotates all the way around, and then it just disconnects. There we go. Ball joint is just disconnecting. Okay. We also have neck articulation, so you can bring that around as well. And that's gonna be a pain in the butt to get that reconnected, that stupid ball. And goes back and forth. The hair, also by the way, it's just packed in there. It doesn't have ball joints, which is a huge bummer actually. I really couldn't have a small blue ball joint in there, but no. You can just rotate it around. For the shoulders, you have this big butterfly joint over here, so you can bring it forward. Not too much though, because it gets immediately blocked by the boobage. Then you have the double ball pack combination in there. Can bring the arm up with the hinge ball in there and rotate it around in the ball that's in the torso. So you get some pretty good motion with that. And you can also rotate it around. Kinda like a bicep swivel, but not really. I actually like the way the elbow looks. Let's see, you have this skin color tone in there. And it's the fighting body, so it doesn't rotate around. Okay, so that's a more classic joint. One that I prefer from the fighting body ones. I thought that was always a little bit excessive, a little bit weird looking. Have another ball hinge in the fist so you can rotate that around and bring it up and down. Okay, stop. So as I disassembled her to put the head bag on for the rest of the review, I realized there's another ball joint in the head itself for rotation. The thing is, it doesn't have any room in the back, so if you have the head all the way connected to the neck, you're not really getting anything out of this. Like that, it does rotate around, but let me see how that works with the face on though. So like that, you move it forward, and it's still just blocked. Yeah, so I don't know what's up with that. I guess I see the idea. Just doesn't really work, guys. Chest articulation. Wow, okay. I was gonna say, oh, she probably doesn't bend forward a lot with these. But no, they did a very nice job with that. Goes back and forth a lot. Leaves a little bit of a gap if you're really pushing it all the way back. Goes out to the side and rotates all the way around. Perfect. The lower crotch piece is soft plastic. No, but this is hard. The middle piece is hard plastic. So, yeah, I don't know what's up with that over here. That's not... It seemed like an old school ab crunch. But it's not really moving forward. Really, if I'm just pushing on it a lot, it seems to get a little bit... I really don't know. This is the big mystery piece, guys. I don't get it. The legs itself just have some old school ball joints in there. Really, I mean, it's okay. For this figure, I guess it's okay. Only leaves the small gaps over there. Looks weird, looks funky, but you're not supposed... I mean, unless you're doing a pose like that, okay. But then that's... that's not my fault. You're not supposed to do these things, okay? Moves out to the side, moves forward very nicely, and moves back with the butt intact. Do you see this, Cammy? Do you see this? God damn it. I still have flashbacks of that figure. Double hinged knees. I have a gap over here, that's also weird. Didn't mold your knee pad far enough, but it looks good. And then we have the foot on a ball joint once again. Ball hinge, goes out to the side, goes forward, goes out to the back, and has a toe hinge. And there you go. Alright, for the accessories, gonna start off with the faces. You got the smiley face, and you got the yelling face. This is good for the microphone, like the right one. And I actually like the smile. These faces actually look a lot better than the regular one that she has. Maybe because Mika is really like a crazy character. And we have the microphone. And I thought this was the microphone hand, but she does not hold it very well. Also in an angle. And it's really... I mean, she holds it, but not the tightest grip. Got open hands, really open palm hands stuff. And then a little bit more. I think those are more good for her neutral stance because she's a grappler. She's always trying to grapple, and of course you got the two pointy fingers. Hampa! Okay, that was a horrible, horrible recreation of a Street. That was like more Street Fighter Alpha 3 again. And then we have, what the hell is this? What is this? Dragon Ball powering up? No. This is basically the effect that the game does when she lands with her big butt. Excuse me, the peach. We call that the peach. It's called the peach in the game. Her attacks are called after her butt and have the word peach because I can't call butt. But anyway, she has like, I think the V reversal does like a stunner where you have this kind of shockwave. Her super and the air grab. Yeah, air grab. You kind of spin around, land on your butt. And then finally, we have the Ring of Destiny as background. Yeah, I don't really care for that. They make it in two pieces for whatever reason. And as you can tell, it is incredibly bent right now. It was like that in the box. I didn't even do that. That's not my fault. It was like that, warped, bent in the box, just kind of shoved in there. Because they don't care, so I don't care, so screw this. And as promised, size comparison, R.Mika. I just got him in a fighting poses because that's like the thing you gotta see the most in the game. Yeah, it seems accurate to me. And it's gonna bring me to the final thoughts for R.Mika. What do I think about this figure? Huge props to Figuarts for making a good mold. I mean, she's a thick lady with a big peach and big boobies, and they really delivered on that. Overall, the mold looks great. Nothing really I can complain about. The anime face, I've kind of gotten over that. Yeah, sure. I would prefer a more game-accurate face, but I can live with the anime style, which is weird to me. It's usually Figma that does all the anime stuff, and Figuarts delivers on the more, well, realistic or not really realistic, but more accurate stuff. But regardless of that, the figure looks great. I still gonna go back on the paint job. I think it should be a little bit more vibrant, but that's probably just me. One more thing I have to point out, the paint can be a little bit sloppy at times, as seen in the boop here and the line that you got going on over there. For the rest of it, I mean, there's some small slips here and there, but it's barely noticeable. It's small issues. In an overall good package, so I do recommend this figure. It's a great addition to the Street Fighter collection, and I love the character and everything, so and they delivered on that. So there you go, as usual, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like, and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever R.Mika wants.